his East Idaho yard.
This has been a very trying thing for everybody involved.
Lori Vallow Daybell facing desertion charges, while her new husband Chad is charged with 2 counts of concealing evidence. 7-year-old JJ and 17-year-old Tylee disappeared in September after their mother moved them from Arizona to Idaho. The move came after Lori's brother killed her then husband Charles, who warned Gilbert police more than a year ago that his wife could be a threat to the children.
I don't know what she's going to do with them. I don't know if she's going to flee with them, she's going to hurt them.
His death still under investigation.
This Lori is not the Lori that we knew and that we loved.
Charles's sister, Kay Woodcock, and her husband Larry are JJ's grandparents. They've been a voice for the missing kids since police started searching in November.
It hurts.
By that point, Lori would marry Chad, just after Chad's wife Tammy died in their home. Her death considered suspicious as investigators wait for an autopsy. She died in the same house that investigators swarmed Tuesday and Wednesday. A break in the case the community was dreading. Erica Stapleton, 12 News.
And despite that, there is still so much in this case we just don't know. Team 12's Michael Dowdna joins us live. And Michael, at this point, the charges reflect all of that uncertainty, right?
Exactly, guys. I mean, despite the fact that authorities found the bodies of 2 children on Chad Daybell's property, right now Chad Daybell and his wife Lori are only charged with desertion charges and concealment of evidence. But all that could change as authorities continue to collect more evidence on how this happened and why.
The why question is going to linger out there.
And questions still remain after authorities have found the bodies of innocent children. Hello. Seemingly buried in the backyard of Chad Daybell's home.
Mr. Daybell, do you understand the allegations on both counts that have been brought against you?
I do.
Chad and his wife, Lori Vallow Daybell, are behind bars in connection to the disappearance of their kids. So far, neither spouse is facing a murder charge, but that could change.
The prosecutor is very prudent to charge only what can be proved at this time.
David Leroy is Idaho's former attorney general. He says prosecutors will be able to add charges later with new evidence, such as the medical examiner's reports, which could unearth important details.
The timing of their deaths and the cause of their death.
Rich Robertson is a PI who's been working this case, and he says when those deaths occurred could be vital, potentially allowing prosecutors to connect other deaths in this twisted case.
If the medical examiner determines that they were killed sometime in September, maybe late September or even early October, that preceded Tammy Daybell's death in the same location.
See, that's right. A month after JJ and Tylee vanished, Chad Daybell's ex-wife died at the very house where these bodies were found. It's just one part of a web of deaths surrounding this case, which includes Lori's husband Charles and her brother Alex Cox, and now 2 innocent children.
We now know more than we knew yesterday. We're going to know more in a few months than we know today.
And Rich Robertson says one name to keep an eye on throughout this process is Alex Cox. Now, he is Lori Vallow's brother and is accused of killing Charles Vallow, her husband, last year before he died himself in December. Now, what you could see in any particular court case is potentially some blame placed on him in the future, which is one thing that Rich Robertson is looking out for. We're in the Valley. Michael Dowdna, 12 News.